Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Good to have you folks along. It is 16 degrees outside, coming up from an overnight low, actually about 5:30 of 11 degrees.
Burr.
And you might find some frost on the windshield this morning if you don't have a garage or something like that to have your car in like Brent does. So let's back up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's wish you let's just say we hope that you had a great holiday with your friends and family. Thursday, a lot of folks were meeting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So hopefully you got together or at least talked with some of your family on the phone over the weekend and had something good to eat, whether it be turkey or prime rib or ham, mashed potatoes, that sort of thing. And now Thanksgiving is past, and blink, it will be Christmas soon. But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Let's not rush it.
Yeah, those are good words right there. Let's not rush it. Good job.
Now, tonight we'll be talking about this a little bit later on, but wonderful Christmas lighted parade in Broken Bow tonight, and many of our other communities we know are having something like that very, very soon if they haven't already. Christmas around town of some sort, and all of our communities would love to have you take part and do some shopping in those places, maybe get to those communities a little early in the afternoon before their celebrations and do a little shopping. And I also should note that it's Cyber Monday, and I don't know if you want to look at it this way, Brent, but Cyber Monday could mean, scratch your head and think about it, you could probably be doing some shopping with your local merchants on Cyber Monday, because many of our merchants have websites that you can find out more about, Facebook pages and so forth. So yes, go ahead and use your computers to do some shopping, but while you're at it, matter of fact, very first thing, check out the businesses here in the area, because most of them have websites or some sort of a communication that you can do some shopping for.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah. So go ahead on Cyber Monday. But again, your local merchants first, please. Nebraska State Bank was in on Friday, and we're out handing out a couple $1,000s to the area for shopping local, and they stressed, give your local merchants a chance first. No different on Cyber Monday. Also, this is the anniversary of Frozen.
Oh, yes. Do you want me to break out into Let It Go, or should I just let it go?
Just let it go,
okay,
if you would,
right.
please. It's been 10 years.
Really? 10 years since because there was a sequel, too.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But 10 years since the original.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And for you folks out there that are old enough to remember the Slinky when it first came out, or we thought it first came out, actually it was out 78 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. That was quite a toy. That was quite a... if you got a Slinky for Christmas, you were feeling...
Raise your hand if you took the Slinky to the top of the staircase and rolled it down the stairs. I'm raising my hand.
Raise my hand, too. Yep.
Well, great entertainment back in the day.
And if you had a Slinky and Silly Putty, oh my goodness, you were living large. And last but not least, it's National Pie in the Face Day.
Oh.
Something that Bozo the Clown did quite a bit of when you went to the circus. I remember Soupy Sales. Do you remember Soupy Sales?
Oh, I remember Soupy Sales, yes.
There was a lot of pies in the face on that particular show, wasn't there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a pie in the face?
Yes.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes with being in radio.
Yeah. Mine came, I was helping out with, when we lived in Arkansas, the church that we were attending, I was helping out with the Awana program, and I was teaching the boys class, and I told them, okay, if you get so far in your book, you can throw a pie in my face at the end of Awana. I think I took 5 in the face on one night, which was great, but yeah.
Great goal for them to reach.
It was, yeah, and it obviously it inspired them.
It did.
So
it did. Monday Night Football. Oh, geez, what a bummer of a game. Chicago Bears take on Minnesota in Minnesota today.
Why do you sound so depressed about the matchup?
Well, it's an old rival game, but
yes?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know what the Bears being so iffy.
It's okay, yes. Iffy is a good word. That's a good way to describe my beloved Bears. You know what I came across yesterday? I don't know how I came across it, but on the internet, it just popped up on my phone when I was just kind of surfing a little bit. Mm-hmm. The 1985 NFC Championship game between the Chicago Bears and the LA Rams.
You know, I
watched the whole thing. It was just awesome.
Brent, you must start looking towards the future instead of the past.
Well, if I felt like there was something to look forward to in the future, I would quit looking into the past. But, man, just a cold, it was cold, it was windy, and the 85 Bears defense was unbelievable. That was fun to watch.
Back in the day. Now, I don't know if we want to really talk about the Husker game. Let's just start fresh here on a Monday and say that there's always next year. And I couldn't, it was one of those situations where you almost felt like it was something bad was going to happen at the end, like it has a good share of the time lately, but it only took about a minute for things to turn around and go south.
Have you seen anything like the last 90 seconds of that game?
No.
That was nuts.
No, it was nuts. And too bad. I felt bad for the players. I thought our coach handled it well afterwards. I listened on the radio on the press conference, and I like his attitude. I like his care for the players, and I think he's doing things, as we talked about, Brent, doing things right, and I think that'll pay off eventually. At least we hope so.
Yeah.
But heartbreakers, man, I don't know, especially for the seniors. And then the Lady Huskers finally bit the bullet and took a loss over the weekend. That was a tough one.
It was. I think the important thing was they didn't take two losses, though.
That they did not.
You know, I mean, listen, there's a lot of teams that did not win at Wisconsin this year. So, and watching the match, if things go different in the first two sets, that match could have went different too.
Yeah. I didn't watch it,
but yeah, fell to Wisconsin. Listen, Wisconsin's one of the top 5 teams easily in the country, and you go to their place. You'd beaten them once already. They were revved up. Yep. So, but I thought the big thing was to come back the next night on the road and win.
Yeah.
So,
they have one loss, right?
Yeah,
so
one loss.
How many teams have one loss? You know, that's.
Yep. So. And so now they'll start playing the NCAA tournament. I believe they start play on Friday. And they are the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. So if they can keep winning, they'll keep hosting at the Devaney Center until the Final Four.
All right.
Which is a good place to be in.
Real good place. Also, a good place to be is a nice 3.5 to 4 inches of snow laying pretty flat on the ground with 32 hundredths in it and leaving some nice moisture in the ground. And so we appreciate the moisture that we got. Kind of made for a good holiday weekend. It was a little bit slick out there. The roads were really snow-packed there for a little while. And unfortunately, there were some accidents on interstate down around North Platte that were fatal. So we know that, those kind of road conditions are not good anywhere, but especially on interstate. I think we got away with things here pretty well, but it was a nice snow for the moisture, and it didn't blow around too awful much. I was out scooping, and I noticed that you were scooping over at your driveway at the same time I was scooping.
I was, yep. I actually saw you go out and start scooping, and that inspired me to go out and start scooping because I knew that if I didn't, then there would be some kind of comment made or some kind of, frustration let loose by you about, gee, wish my neighbor would get out and scoop his walk. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go out and do it.
Well, you do what you want to with your sidewalk. I just thought, I was out there scooping away, and I just caught you out of the corner of my eye that you were scooping yours, and I went ahead and did what I usually do there on the block, and cleaned it up in a good fashion. And I just noticed that you're not scooping it properly, Brent. As your neighbor.
What do you mean I'm not scooping it properly? Is there a proper way to scoop a sidewalk?
I don't want to be one of those nosy neighbors.
You either scoop the snow off it or you don't. I'm sorry, I didn't know that there was a proper way to do it.
Well, it's just the method you were using was bothersome to me. I don't want to be a nosy neighbor, and I don't want to be a pushy neighbor, but there's a right way and a wrong way to scoop your cement.
Well, I tell you what, here's my idea. The next time it snows, all right, why don't you just come on over and show me the correct way to scoop the walk, and I'll just watch. I'll watch and take notes.
I think I have more to scoop than you do, and I think it would be better, since I'm older than you, that you'd come over and I could show you how to scoop properly while you help me with my sidewalk. And I noticed that while you were scooping, a police car went by.
Okay.
When you were scooping. And I wondered maybe if the officer himself didn't notice that you were scooping improperly. Because what
are you talking about?
Well, it's like mowing your yard. You were going diagonal on your driveway.
I was going side to side.
You were diagonal. I saw it, and it's unpatriotic to mow your lawn diagonal or scoop your driveway diagonal. Don't you have any respect for Betsy Ross? You think Betsy Ross made her flags?
I don't know. I don't think I was. Maybe at times I went diagonal just because it helped push the snow into the yard off the driveway.
Yeah.
I maybe went diagonal, but for the most part, I went side to side.
Yeah, you were diagonal when I saw it. You were diagonal most of what I saw, and that's unpatriotic. And that's when people mow their lawns diagonal and scoop snow diagonal. It's a slap in the face for Betsy Ross.
What?
I'm
so sorry.
The legend has it that she made the first flag. Do you think she made the stripes diagonal? No.
No.
They were not diagonal. They were horizontal, straight across. Okay. They weren't vertical. They weren't a diagonal. The flag has stripes that go straight across, not diagonal.
Okay.
And I noticed that you were not honoring that, and Betsy Ross probably rolling over in her grave. I thought it was interesting that the police went by while you were scooping.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that they came by while I was scooping. Did you call the cops? You filed a complaint.
Well,
so they drove by to check on me.
I just text the law officials.
You're kidding me.
Well, I said there was an unruly neighbor in his driveway. That's all I said. And I didn't go into the Betsy Ross thing, but I just wanted him to check in.
You called the cops.
Yeah.
You called the cops on me scooping my sidewalk and my driveway. Well, scooping the snow, unbelievable.
Well, I just felt it was unpatriotic, and I had to do something about it. 7:45 is your time.
I ain't got nobody hanging around my doorstep.
and then you referenced Betsy Ross and the flag.
Yes. Yeah, it was patriotic.
Well, yeah, but I 98% of the time I'm in full agreement with you. But there is, a chance. There's that 2% chance, and in this time, I was thinking that Brent really had an argument, a fact that he could use. He could quote John Prine.
Oh, wonderful!
And then lo and behold, you played John Prine. Except I was thinking about one of John's real early songs. In fact, he commented that he retired it for a while and then he brought it back. But it's his song of "Your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore.
Ah.
It's already overcrowded from your dirty little war." That.
Yeah.
But so I just thought that would help because then, he could scoop any way he wants to.
Thank you.
I see, Jim. Well, we're about out of time.
No, I want to hear more.
Well, you just have to go according to John Prine.
Okay,
All right.
we got you. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yep, had a great one.
Good.
Had a great one.
Good. It's good to hear your voice. You need to call us a little bit more often.
Well, one more quote from John Prine, and this is another one. And it's the verse goes, "Everybody needs somebody that they can talk to."
Huh.
I like that.
And you don't have to care what they say. You just listen to them. That's all.
Oh, that's
So if Brent would just quote John Prine more often, everything would be better.
Oh man, I agree with that. Actually, I need to work on my John Prine quotes.
well, Jim can help you.
I know
me.
he can. Yes.
Thanks, Jim.
Just a little bit. You're welcome.
Take care, man.
Guys. Keep up the good work.
We'll try. Right, 10 minutes before the hour. All right, let's do our school lunch menus real quick here. I think classes are back in session for the most part, but we'll begin with the Prairie Pioneer Center today as they are back at it on the 27th with chicken stuffing, casserole, cauliflower, and mandarin oranges. Call them at 872-6121 and let them know you're coming today.
Callaway today showing pizza sticks on the lunch menu at Callaway.
At Thedford on this Monday, they're having pizza, broccoli, veggie, fruit bar, and milk.
Let's see. Moving to Arnold Public School today, it's showing chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese on the menu at Arnold.
At Anselmo Myrna, biscuits and gravy with scrambled eggs, cheeseburger, fajita deli wraps, tater tots, fruit and veggie bar, and milk.
All right, let's go to Loup City now, where it shows popcorn chicken or a meatball sub on the menu today at Loup City.
At Ansley, there we go. Chicken Alfredo, fruit, vegetables, and milk at Ansley today.
Litchfield today showing lasagna on the lunch menu at Litchfield Public School.
And Sandhill School at Dunning, pulled pork, cheese quesadillas, and cheese sauce.
Some of your choices at Cozad today showing a meatball sub, pig in a blanket, or Caesar salad with Italian bread at Cozad. Some of the other lunch menus that we have today, Gothenburg showing cheeseburger, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, and biscuits and gravy with scrambled eggs. Some of the choices at Gothenburg today. As we move to SEM on this 27th day of November showing turkey and noodles on the menu at SEM.
All right, thank you, Brent. We're going to talk in detail this morning about the lighted parade that's going to be available for you here in Broken Bow tonight. I think the parade's at 6, and there's all sorts of things happening this afternoon and before and after the parade through the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce. We'll tell you more details. But we also wanted to talk a little bit about RJ and Ann Thomas's gift that they offered last week, a night stay in the Arrow Hotel and Bonfire Grill. And we did have our winners, Gary and Julie Wright. And they were so excited and just thrilled to be able to take this in. They're big fans of the lighted parade, and they were so excited about having a wonderful meal and staying the night at the Arrow Hotel Suites. And they just have some family health issues that are taking place within their family, and they thought they were going to be kind of resolved and kind of on track and as health goes, it didn't work that way. So I talked with RJ this morning, and he says, you know what? Let's just put that on reserve for Gary and Julie, because they were so excited.
Is it Greg?
I'm sorry, Greg
Yeah.
and Julie.
Yeah.
They were so excited about it. So they'll be able to take advantage of that, hopefully a little bit later on, maybe when the park is still lit up.
Yeah.
And RJ says, let's just do that, because they're really good people, and that's why they were nominated for the prize. So just an update there. I haven't contacted them yet to tell them that, because we did contact at least one of the alternates to see if they were available. But then we got to thinking, you know what? Why not just wait and have them come in a little bit later?
Very nice.
So that's very nice of RJ and Ann to do that. Thank you, guys. All right, let's play the game.
All right, here we go. We're still asking questions about the song Alice's Restaurant. So here's your question for today. While staying with the owner of the restaurant featured in the song, what did the narrator decide to do? Was it take the garbage to the dump, wash all the windows, clean the building for a week, or wash all the dinner dishes while he stayed there? In the song Alice's Restaurant, while staying with the owner of the restaurant featured in the song, what did the narrator decide to do? Was it take the garbage to the dump, wash all the windows, clean the building for a week, or wash all the dinner dishes while he stayed there? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
No, there ain't nothing like the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
Did not get a call on that. Yeah, that's not surprising if you don't listen to the song very carefully and you only hear it about once a year, if then. But I can answer that for you.
All right, what was the answer, Dave?
They were going to throw some things in the garbage, and they got in trouble for throwing it in the landfill, and that's how the whole thing started.
Yes, you're right. Take the garbage to the dump.
Yep.
You got it.
All right, when we come back, it's time to restock those shelves. Thanksgiving has passed. The grocery cart's ready to help you do that right after these words.
Medicare annual enrollment is going on now through December 7th. Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. I invite you to call our office in Broken Bow or Callaway. We look forward to helping you navigate the many changes and options available. 836-2201 in Callaway or 872-6996 in Broken Bow. We do not offer every plan available in your area. Currently, we represent 7 organizations which offer 46 products in your area. Please contact Medicare.gov, 1-800-MEDICARE, or your local state health insurance program to get information on all of your options.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My day starts right.
With Dave and Brent.
And here's Brent with those specials.
I can't believe that you called the police and then you referred to me as unruly because I wasn't scooping my sidewalk and my driveway in the appropriate manner. I can't believe you called me unruly.
Well,
I wasn't bothering anybody. I was just scooping the driveway. And then I happened to go diagonal a little bit, and that you called me unruly. I'm hurt that you would call me unruly.
well, they must not have saw anything because I noticed they didn't stop.
We waved. I waved, I think. Yeah. Waved back.
Well, you must have been going non-diagonal when he went by.
I just can't believe you referred to me as unruly.
Well,
I'm hurt.
Sorry.
I don't know if I've ever been called unruly in my life. I was always the good kid. Growing up in school, I was the one that everybody made fun of because if they ever saw him downtown after 9 o'clock, you know, it's, isn't this past your bedtime, Apperson?
Well,
And you called me unruly.
Well, it was unruly. You weren't following the rules.
Here's your specials this week at the grocery cart in Broken Bow. Proudly serving Custer County for 40 years. Here you go. Here's what's in the meat department for this week. Grocery carts, premium aged choice certified Angus beef, $6.48 a pound. Hormel Natural Choice boneless center cut pork chops, $3.48 a pound. Grocery carts, premium aged choice certified Angus beef cube steaks are $5.98 a pound. And Best Buy bone-in St. Louis or baby back pork ribs are $3.98 a pound this week. 2.5 pound bags of all natural Best Choice boneless skinless chicken breast fillets are $5.98. Wimmer's Little Smokies, the 10 to 14 ounce packages, get 2 for $8 this week. Dakota brand skinless hot dogs, the big 2 pound package is $8.98. Fairberry Red or Tomboy hot dogs, the 16 ounce packages are $4.48. Smithfield smoked sliced bacon, 12 ounce packages are $3.98 this week. Perfect for the kids when they get home from school. Oscar Mayer Fun Pack Lunchables are on sale for $2.98. Some of the other specials that are listed this week in the grocery cart ad: Florida's Natural Orange Juice, get 2 cartons for $6. Best Choice Chunk Cheese, 2 for $4. Daisy Sour Cream, the 16 ounce tubs are on sale for $2.35. Chobani Flips Yogurt, the 4.5 ounce cups are 4 for $5. Best Choice Cottage Cheese, the 24 ounce tubs are $2.98. Kraft or Velveeta Singles, the 12 ounce packages are $3.60 this week. Some of the other savings that you'll find: Frito-Lay Doritos, the packages are $3.98. Campbell's Condensed Soup, 2 cans for $3. Frito-Lay Ruffles are on sale. Get 2 bags for $7. Star-Kissed Chunk Light Tuna, the cans are 98 cents this week. Nabisco Family Size Cookies or Crackers, $3.98 for the packages. Ragu Pasta Sauce, get 2 for $4 this week at the GK. Moving to the produce department, some of the things listed there in this week's ad include red or green seedless grapes, $2.98 a pound. 3 pound bag of Michigan Fuji apples, get 2 bags for $6. 2 pound bags of fresh carrots, 2 for $3. Washington Bartlett or D'Anjou pears are $1.48 a pound. Jumbo white onions, 98 cents a pound this week, and red ripe Roma tomatoes are on sale for $1.98 a pound. The 9 ounce bags of Dole Hearts of Romaine salad, get 2 for $5. Highline sliced white mushrooms, the 8 ounce packages are 2 for $4, and fresh jalapeno peppers are on sale for $1.48 a pound this week. Some of the other store-wide savings you'll find this week at the grocery cart: Kellogg's cereals, $3.98 for the box. Kraft macaroni and cheese, premiums or shapes, 5 for $5.50. Idahoan triple cheese or ranch shredded cups, 2 count package, $1.78. Jiffy baking mix, the 40 ounce boxes are $3.38. New York or Olive Garden croutons are $1.98 for the package. Pillsbury cake or brownie mix, the 15 to 18 ounce packages are 2 for $3. Hawaiian punch, get the jug for $2.98 this week. Also, Louisiana family size tea bags, the 24 count package, on sale for $2.98. And Swanson chicken or beef broth, get 4 cans for $5. Those are some of the specials that you'll find this week at the grocery cart in Broken Bow.
Thank you, Brent. Nice job on that.
Yeah, you bet. I hope it wasn't too unruly for you.
No, it was fine. And the specials are great at the grocery cart. We'll catch up on some news next here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Monday.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. This is the 4th and final day of a temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. U.S. officials are hoping for an extension. The National Security Council's John Kirby.
This is really going to depend on Hamas and their willingness. The Israelis have said they're willing to keep the pause in place, stop the fighting for a while, to allow for more hostages, something like 10 per day after these 4 days are over.
A 4th hostage prisoner release is expected today. A suspect expected to be arraigned in Burlington, Vermont, where 3 Palestinian college students were shot and wounded. This woman lives nearby.
Pretty disconcerting. We live in a very family-oriented neighborhood.
The woman who made this song famous has died.
The big stuff. Who do you think you are?
Her family says Jean Knight died of natural causes at her home in New Orleans. She was 80 years old.
Now because you wear.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, according to 1011 Now, troopers with the State Patrol arrested one person after a pursuit in Madison County this past Thursday. A trooper observed an Infiniti G35 speeding on Highway 81 near Norfolk at 1:15 p.m. As the trooper attempted a traffic stop, the driver refused to yield and accelerated northbound on Highway 81, and the trooper initiated a pursuit. After a few miles, the vehicle turned eastbound onto East Sherwood Road in Norfolk. The vehicle accelerated again, reaching speeds of excess of 120 miles per hour. After approximately 2 miles, the driver lost control of the vehicle and crashed into the north ditch. The driver then exited the vehicle and fled on foot. A trooper was able to quickly take the driver into custody without further incident. The driver, 28-year-old Tiffany Robinson of Plainview, was arrested for willful reckless driving, flight to avoid arrest, driving during revocation, obstructing a peace officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, traffic violations, and outstanding warrants. She was medically cleared at Faith Regional Hospital and is lodged now in Madison County Jail. The Madison County Sheriff's Office assisted in the incident. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wire.
Sunday night football. The Ravens beat the Chargers 20-10 behind a couple of touchdowns from Zay Flowers, one in rushing, one through the air, as Baltimore improves to 9-3 on the season. They hold the number 1 seed in the AFC playoff race. Chiefs fell behind 14-0 to the Raiders before scoring 21 unanswered en route to a 31-17 win. Kansas City a half game back at Baltimore in the AFC. Broncos make it 5 wins in a row, 29-12 against the Browns. The game of the day happened in Philadelphia, where the Eagles win it in overtime against the Bills, 37-34, as Gabe Davis, a go-ahead touchdown with 1:52 to go. Plenty of time, though, for Jalen Hurts to march the Eagles in a field goal range to force overtime. And in that extra period, Philadelphia answering a Buffalo field goal with a Jalen Hurts 12-yard touchdown run for the win. The Eagles firmly in command of the top spot in the NFC.
Here's a look at your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see lots of sunshine with high temperatures in the upper 30s. Winds out of the west and northwest at 10 to 15. Then for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 12. Improving to the mid-40s for highs on Tuesday with ample amounts of sunshine. And that moderating trend continues even into your Wednesday, mostly sunny with highs up closer to 50. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
21 degrees now under a clear sky. Winds are out of the south-southwest 5 to 10. Barometric pressure now on the rise at 30-14. Humidity at 75%. High yesterday was 35 with an overnight low of 11 degrees. That was actually about 5:30 this morning. Sunrise was at 7:40. Sunset today at 5:12. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:41. An inch and 32 hundredths precipitation measured so far this month. 32 of that came from the snowfall that we received. On Saturday morning, we estimated 3.5 to 4 inches of snowfall. And 32 hundredths out of that, it was a lot wetter than they predicted. They were talking about a dry, fluffy snow, and it really had quite a bit of moisture in it, which is good. And melting down already pretty well, and should see that go away this week because we're looking for those temperatures in the mid-40s most of the week. 21 and clear. That's a look at weather and news at 8 here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. A little bit later on, we're going to be talking about the details around this evening here in Broken Bow. We also have guests coming in, it looks like, from the Broken Bow Booster Club, which I think you're familiar with, their winter tip-off.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yep, that the winter sports tip-off for Broken Bow Athletics is going to be tomorrow at Kincaid Brewing Company. We'll be there live beginning at 6:30. We'll be talking to coaches and players of the Broken Bow winter sports teams, and so we'll be doing that tomorrow night at Kincaid. Come on out and join us live at 6:30 is when we'll start, and we'll broadcast our interviews for you as well live on KBBN Radio.
When do they do that selection for the Athletic Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I think they usually are taking applications about this time of year.
Well,
I think I can look into it further for you if you would like.
Well, what I'm asking,
do you have somebody that you would like to nominate, or?
Yeah.
I'd
like your help since you're my friend and neighbor.
My help? Oh, sure. Someone who's you sure you want help from someone who's unruly?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. Unruly doesn't bother me at all in most cases, except for diagonal. I was wondering, if you could put in a good word for me. I know that I wasn't
for you.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You want to nominate yourself?
Well,
Dave, we've been through this, buddy. We've been down this road before. I just don't think you're going to get in.
Well, I think there's still a chance, and I think you could put in a good word for me, and I think.
Well, it's hard. I never, I was never around to watch you and your athletic achievements here at Broken Bow Schools. I didn't get to witness any of those live and in person, so I don't really know if I'm the right person to, I guess, help you fill out your nomination form. And I don't know how they feel about nominating one's self.
Well, I don't want to nominate myself. I want you to just kind of.
Oh, you want me to nominate you?
Put a bug in their ear that somebody will nominate me.
Okay.
Because I'd like to be up there with some of those guys and gals.
Yeah.
On the wall. I know it won't. There's no way that if they had a.
So what is? Let's just kind of expand on this a little bit. What would you consider to be your top athletic achievement from your days at Broken Bow Schools?
Well, I think one Saturday morning, I think it was freshman basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing about freshman basketball was it was just the freshmen who was on the team, and so you got to play quite a in practice, and you got into some games. And it was one Saturday morning, and we were doing the figure eight. You remember that, where you kind of
a little bit, yeah,
and you weave, you go from one end of the court to the other, and you weave in and out, and you pass the ball. It teaches you how to do the fast break.
Right.
Yeah. And so I weaved and the other guy weaved, and we ran into each other, and I broke my nose.
Okay.
And I had blood all over the
Now, was
floor.
now I'm a little confused. Was this in a game or was this just practice?
It was a Saturday morning practice.
Oh, okay. So your top athletic achievement came in a practice.
No, it wasn't my top athletic, but I gave blood. I gave blood to the program, the athletic program.
Okay,
there.
well, we could maybe work with this, because to me that shows your dedication.
Well, I was dedicated, and I noticed the coach just said, "Bernie, go sit on the bench. Here's a towel," and there wasn't a lot, wasn't any medical attention or anything. It was just, I was really bleeding, blood all over the place. Got on my shoes.
Okay.
Anyway, I figured that was a contribution, and then I did get fifth place in the 880.
In track and field?
Yeah, I told you that.
Great
story.
Fifth place, okay.
Yeah, I got fifth place, yellow ribbon.
Now, was that at state?
No, that was at a track meet here at the Mark Russell Field.
Oh.
It wasn't called Mark Russell Field yet then, but it was Cinder, yeah.
Was it varsity or JV?
I think it was junior high.
Okay, well, Still fifth place, though.
Yeah. It was,
Do I dare ask how many competitors were in the race?
There were 6.
Well, you know what? We won't. We'll just put fifth place.
Well, and Alan Wagner got disqualified.
Oh,
because he cut in too fast when he was passing everybody. He got disqualified, and
that's how you got fifth.
I got a ribbon.
That's
so
fantastic.
I'm a ribbon winner.
All right. Well, so okay, we can work with that.
And I did take physical education as long as you could.
Well, that's
PE
good.
because you could get, that allowed you to receive a grade without having any studies. So I took that as long as you could.
Sure.
And in my last year of PE, I was I pitched a lot in the softball outside.
Ah, okay. So, wow.
And
one of your top athletic achievements actually came in PE class.
I thought so.
Well,
Coach Russell usually had me pitch, and I think he saw some potential.
Mm-hmm.
And he also attempted to get me to be a high jumper.
Ah.
And
did you follow through in that?
Well, here's what happened.
Okay.
Jim Harbersleben broke the record. I think he went, at that time, was it 6 foot? Maybe it was more than that, but it was a school record. And Jim kind of walked with his feet out like a duck, like I did.
Oh.
And I think Coach Russell thought, this kid walks a lot like Harbersleben. I'm going to see if he wants to give it a try.
Ah.
And so he come to me and asked me, you want to give it a shot for high jumping? And he came to me in the winter, and he wanted me to do weights and this workout program during the winter to get ready for the spring.
That makes sense.
High jumping.
Sure.
And so he came and checked on me. I think it was the first or second afternoon after class that I was doing some exercises and like put these things on your legs and you lifted them up and so forth. And I was struggling a little bit when he come to check on me. And after that, he just had no more interest in the program. And so I was let go. But I think I had real potential there.
Okay. I really don't know how I would word that to enhance your resume. The fact that you didn't basically make the team as a high jumper. I don't know
I didn't even
how
really
I could
go out
word that
time.
Strengthen your resume.
Yeah. And then later,
but the fifth place thing, I think I can work with.
Okay. And then
the blood in practice. We could maybe work the dedication angle on that.
And my junior year of basketball, I was getting a serious look from the coach. He was working me pretty hard. I'd spent my whole basketball career on the end of the bench, and all of a sudden I had grown a few inches. And the coach was, kind of riding me. And saying, come on, Bernie, put me in the center position and doing all these plays and practice and stuff. And I just thought, all these years I was probably had the potential to be really good. And I could have been a star.
Okay.
And all of a sudden now he's riding on me. He wants me to run, do laps, and lift weights and do all that stuff. And I thought, I got a car. My girlfriend, I think maybe I'll go to concentrate on that. But I did get a lot of potential play time in the reserves my junior year, but I had a car to take care of and had a job.
Oh, sure.
So
all right.
So see what you can do with that.
Oh yeah, you're giving me a lot to work with. Let me tell you. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens, Dave. You never know until you apply.
Well,
you never know until you send in the information.
I hope my old friends listening out there that I haven't seen for a while, unfortunately, but he was a upperclassman. He was older than me. And I won't name the teacher, but I know that I can get on the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I know that's not a lot to work with, but it's something.
Yes.
And my friend was a good athlete, and he did really well, and I think he was a pretty good student. But he actually received an award during the awards presentation at the school from a teacher who he didn't really that year take a class under. But she liked him so much, he got an award that year.
Wow.
Yeah. So he wasn't even in the class. The teacher, he had so many brownie points with that teacher that she gave him an award, and he got to walk up and get an award on stage, and he didn't even take the class.
Wow. Well, to me, that speaks highly of his character.
Well, I think
to win an award and not even be in the class. I mean, that obviously he was doing a lot of other great things outside the class that made the teacher notice him and then give him an award.
See, that's the difference between you and me.
Oh.
Because you're thinking that's great for him, he got the award even though he didn't take the class.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously he did. He was doing something that was making people impressed by just the way he was carrying himself. That's the way I'm interpreting this.
Yeah, see, that's the way you would.
Oh.
And I was saying, this is a bunch of bull. He didn't even take the class.
You know what? Maybe we could start another wing of the Athletic Hall of Fame. Maybe a wing that just says, I went out for sports.
Well, I could have been a contender, but I had some distractions. I didn't grow till. I mean, honestly, this is true. I grew 2 or 3 inches after I got out of high school.
Really?
I was probably about 6 foot when I was a senior.
Yeah. Well, you're fortunate there. At least you grew after high school. I just simply never grew. Period.
Yeah, but
I'm still waiting for my growth spurt.
I got to tell you, it was kind of disappointing because, I got married very young.
Yeah.
And I grew out of my wedding suit.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So, anyway, here's a song that I think puts everything in perspective here.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
How lucky we are to have the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce Festival of Lights, which is today and tonight. Let's go through it together.
All right, let's do.
The theme this year is the Gingerbread Land. And I think Julie Talene would accept entries even if you haven't pre-registered. It'd be nice if you could let her know you're coming. But it's not usually a huge, long parade. It's a beautiful parade.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty cool. But Julie Talene is heading it up again, and so if you could let her know you're coming, and if you haven't done that, that would probably help her out. So that will be the case there. Starts at 6 o'clock, and they're having a lot of things going on before and after. And the Broken Bow Elks Lodge will be bringing in as special guests Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they'll be there around 4 o'clock today, and be there for the kids to come and, talk to and see if they've been good or bad, or somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Custer Public Power supplying the candy canes, and I wondered if they would be lighted candy canes or just regular candy canes. What do you think?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Check it out today.
Yeah.
City of Broken Bow helping out with the reindeer and sleigh. So we'll have reindeer there. Broken Bow Optimist Club is bringing in the fire pits and the s'mores.
All right.
And they'll have those going before the parade. Bruning Bank, they've been doing this for a while. They're providing hot chocolate, I believe, over in front of the bank there on the corner. And the Third City Christian Church, going to have some chili soup available. I'm not sure whether that's for giveaway or for sale, but I'm sure it will be reasonably priced if they're selling it. First Interstate Bank will have popcorn down on the other corner there, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
KCNI will be providing the parade commentary, which I think you and Jeremy are working together on that.
I'm guessing, yeah. I think we did it the last couple of years together.
There'll be music in the square earlier, provided by K-Bear, early afternoon up to parade time. United Methodist Choir and Broken Bow Public Schools will be caroling after the parade.
Good.
That's pretty cool because then the mayor comes in and flips the switch and lights up the square.
Yes.
That's very exciting.
Very pretty.
And there you go.
All right.
That's what's going to take place. And I think it'd be great if folks would go down in the afternoon and walk around the square and do some shopping at the shops there.
Yeah, good idea.
And then take in the s'mores and the fire pits and the hot chocolate and so forth. And I know we are set up to have Christmas music going right before the parade starts as well. So it'll be festive.
Really a beautiful day for it. I know it. I mean, you'll want to dress warm. Obviously, it'll be a little chilly down there, late afternoon into the early evening, especially when the sun goes down. But man, a little bit of snow on the ground.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
It is,
I think.
Yeah, I don't think the wind's going to be blowing much, so that'll be big. So there you go, folks. It's all through those volunteer groups in the Chamber of Commerce. I'm always amazed how many people show up for it, and how many kids are there.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. And I know again that other communities have things like that. Cozad always goes all out for Christmas, and Arnold has a Christmas night. Callaway has Christmas around town. Ansley, Sargent, I know Sargent already had some things going on early on, so they've got some more things coming up. So our communities will be having things that you can take part with the whole family in. So that's that.
Good.
What do you have over there, Brent, my good neighbor and friend?
Well, we have several job opportunities that are being posted for you right now on sandhillsexpress.com. You can check them out in detail by going to the employment page on sandhillsexpress.com. And among the job opportunities you'll find is the Nebraska Department of Transportation has an exceptional opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their Broken Bow team. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. To apply, you need to go online, and this is where you go. Go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
Thank you, Mr. Apperson. We'll take a quick time out with these words.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 7.95% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. Offer valid through January 15th, 2024. Call one of their local, experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited-time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Thanksgiving savings are at Gary Superfoods until Thanksgiving and after, through the 28th. 8-inch Jesse Lord pumpkin pies are $4.39 each, and our family half-ham shank portions are $1.99 a pound. 85% lean ground beef is $3.99 a pound. 10-pound bags of Idaho russet or North Dakota red or our family potatoes are $3.99. Campbell's cream of mushroom or chicken soups are $1.09. And Nabisco Ritz or snack crackers are 2 for $7. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
I love the morning show. Wake up with us. We sound way better than this. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
You know, Brent, you know some important people and that could help get me into the Athletic Hall of Fame. I've been trying to get in for years, as you know. And I know Coach Seibert would come to mind. I think he would have a lot of pull.
Yeah.
And Mike Garner, Coach Garner,
yes.
I think he knows what a strong athlete I am.
Okay. Well, I think that I'll be honest with you. If you could get a coach to give a recommendation on your behalf, I think it would help your I'm going to call it your resume to get into the Athletic Hall of Fame. As opposed to me nominating you. I mean, I can nominate you, but if it's just me giving the recommendation, I don't know how much weight that will carry.
Well, you're a sportscaster.
Well, true, but like I said, I was never around to witness, the achievements.
I think you would have been in awe.
Really? Yes. That's probably one way to describe it, I'm guessing.
I think your jaw would drop. If you were there. Actually, the hard part is baseball was really my sport, and that's not part of the school.
Sure.
And that probably is I don't call it a strike against me, but it's not a part of the program, so it can't be considered. But that was really my sport, was baseball.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can just give the invitation to listeners. You already mentioned Coach Garner, Coach Seibert, maybe others that you think would speak on your behalf. You can just maybe give the invitation to anybody who would like to write or put together a recommendation for you to go into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Just write it and send it to KCNI, KBBN Radio, and then I will take all of those things, put them together, and present them.
That would be so
on
nice.
Your behalf.
Now, some of the coaches that I had back in the day, I just don't know that they might not remember me. I don't think I was, somebody that they might remember. But maybe then on the other hand, as I said, if their jaws dropped with my physical ability, they might remember me.
Yeah.
I'll try to think of any other coaches that might.
Usually I think that lots of when people get inducted into the Broken Bow Athletic Hall of Fame, it really is based on, a list of their achievements. But we might be able to take a different angle with you and to use the potential angle. I don't know if anyone has ever been inducted into the Broken Bow Athletic Hall of Fame just based on their potential.
Well,
but I could try to work with that angle.
I told you the story about the friend of mine who got the award for a class he didn't take.
Yes.
That kind of brings up another thought.
Oh.
If it worked for him, I don't necessarily have to be a part of the Broken Bow Athletic Hall of Fame. I mean, I could be in the Callaway Athletic Hall of Fame or Anselmo Myrna. It wouldn't matter really that much to me.
Oh, okay.
So if any of the other schools want to take it into consideration, I mean, Coach Cyrant coached up in Myrna.
Yes.
So
yeah,
if he could get me in there.
Now here's a person who has texted me. You might be able to use this. Now, I know this person spent a lot of time as an official in high school sports.
It's not the one that we, not the one up at Myrna that we made mad, is it? When Bob and I made mad.
No, no, it's not that one. Thank goodness. This would be, I think you know him. His name is Gene Schneringer.
Sure, I know Gene.
He has texted me and he says, I think that he, being you, I think Dave is forgetting about his superstar status to the third team all-local co-ed volleyball. Did you play? Did you play co-ed volleyball?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, Joel and I were on the team.
And according to Gene, the third team all-local co-ed volleyball. So here you go. Here's another something else we can add to your application.
I don't remember. Gene would remember better than I, but I don't remember that they had first, second, and third squads, but I guess it's possible. But I do remember playing. I remember playing, Mrs. Dowse was the organizer of the league.
Oh.
She could probably put in a good word for me.
See, there you go.
Because her sons, were quite the athletic young people, and I rubbed elbows with them quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I actually played softball with both those guys.
Yeah.
So that's a connection.
There you go.
And we're getting somewhere now.
It's really coming together today, isn't it? Really coming together this year.
Yeah. But
your application will maybe look as strong as it ever has.
I think so. And I wouldn't mind if, because back in the day it would be the Sergeant Bulldogs. If they wanted to induct me into their Hall of Fame, that would be all right with me too. I don't. Ansley Warriors, some of the old Callaway Bears. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what the Oconto, what were they before they discontinued their school? Because I would have been able to play there for a while. I did play softball on the softball field there against some of those Oconto guys.
Well, that's great.
The hard part about playing in the Oconto field was if somebody hit the ball out into the highway.
Oh, yeah, got to be careful there.
That was a high-risk situation. And
now, to me, that should just be a home run. I don't know if it was or not, but...
Well, if you could get across the highway and get it in before they got to home plate, they were out.
Really? Oh, my. Okay.
Nate Bell with Universal Insurance Agency, a division of GTA Insurance Group, would like you to know that they're there to help you. And they have new folks, relatively new. It's been a while now, but if you haven't met them yet, come on in and meet Jennifer Gibbons and Tina Hurt anytime during office hours, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Let their smiles be the reason you keep coming back. Universal is located on South E Street in Broken Bow, right on Highway 2. Contact them at this number, 308-872-6438 or www.gtagroup.com. Universal Insurance.
All right.
Been in the family since the 1960s.
Good. Here are some more job opportunities that you'll find on sandhillsexpress.com by going to the employment page. Now, this is a list of 3. All 3 of these are through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. So we'll tell you what they have available. They are currently looking for someone to serve as an early childhood program interpreter. This is a part-time, full-time position depending on the program needs. Great benefits package. You would be providing translation for families and children ages birth to 5 and travel to the different locations as needed to provide translation services. Also, they have an opening for an individual to work as a center assistant in their Ord, Burwell, and Broken Bow locations. This is a full-time, 40-hour per week position with a starting wage of $14 per hour. Now, with this position, you would be assisting where needed in the classroom depending on location. You would be helping the teacher and staff with activities, documenting, and cleaning. If you would like more information on these positions, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780, extension 105. Also through CNCAP, they are looking for someone to serve as a WIC IMMS nurse in Loup City. Now, this would be a part-time position, a flexible 20-hour per week position with a starting wage dependent on qualifications. For this position, you must have an active RN, LPN, or RD license. You would be traveling and providing assistance to clients at WIC clinics and administering vaccinations to participants in the immunization program. Again, for more information, call 308-745-0780. The extension is 105, or you can go to this website and apply. It's centralnebraskacap.com.
The chat box has a couple of thoughts. Andy says, would there be a possibility for Dave to be nominated as the oldest radio sports announcer? Well, Andy...
have you done much sports announcing, though?
No.
During your time here at KCNI, KBBN? I do remember one time that you and Bob actually showed up. It was a playoff game, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
So I sent Dave and Bob to a playoff game. Oh, my.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
That wasn't good. That turned out bad.
Anyway, you went to basically get the broadcast started at an Anselmo Myrna playoff game, and then Coach Seibern and I were calling a Broken Bow playoff game, and the minute it got over, we hustled to Myrna and then completed the broadcast. I know that was a sports broadcast that you helped with.
Yeah.
High school related, and I really don't know if we want to put that on your application or not.
Well, really, one of Bob and I's goals was to help you get started, but what we really wanted to do was do a live broadcast from the restroom.
Yes.
And we did. During halftime, and then we thought, well, let's go out and meet the officials before they start playing again. And we had coveralls on because it was really cold, so we didn't have any logos on or anything. We were running around there with microphones, and the officials weren't very friendly. They didn't really care for us very much, and so I think we failed in getting the game started, and we failed fall at halftime. So that wasn't something I want on my resume.
Yeah, I don't think so. Now, you have helped me. I will say this. You have helped me with baseball broadcasts. But that would be outside high school. That was,
there you
with,
go
the,
again, baseball.
with the Legion program. And you're great help.
Well,
I mean, you provide good commentary. You understand the game. So I could maybe work with that a little bit.
Many years ago, I'd done quite a bit of baseball with Tom Hilkemeyer back years ago, and I did some with my brother when he was working here. He worked about 3 years here, and I did several games with him. But it is baseball. I can get away with baseball, but the rest of the sports got numbers and names. It just doesn't work for me. Come on in, Christy.
I have the Booster Club.
Booster Club.
Yeah, come on in.
Oh, hey, Brent, how you doing?
Hi, Brent. Come on in. Just have a seat there, my friend.
This guy's got some pull.
Yeah, see, there you go. Well, I would say he has some pull.
Because he's on the Booster Club.
Yep, I would be talking to him right now.
Yeah.
So here you go. Here's your opportunity to state your case.
Yeah, Brent.
Now, I don't know if Brent's been listening, but Dave, we've been talking about the Athletic Hall of Fame for Broken Bow. And I know that I think it's around this time of year you guys will take applications for that.
Yep. Gosh, that's one. It's on my to-do list as well. We are taking nominations for that. I think it is. I want to say it's up until like right before Christmas.
Okay.
is some notification.
You know, Brent, you and I
Here we go.
We've known each other a while now. I feel like we're pretty close buddies and friends. And I was thinking, you know, I've always wanted to get in on the wall as a part of the Athletic Hall of Fame, and I wonder if you maybe could help me out with that a little bit.
Yeah. We just got to get you to submit that nomination, right? And then look at all these amazing things you've probably done.
Yeah, they're amazing. And I think Coach Garner might help us nominate me, or maybe Coach Seibert, and then Brent could help as well.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
We'd be very lucky.
Yeah, I would be
Well,
honored.
it would certainly create a conversational piece for those of you who are looking through the applications. I do know that.
So Dave, what did you do?
Well, I went out for quite a few sports.
Okay.
And I gave blood. I broke my nose in basketball practice, and I gave blood to the program. And
Now, see, we're thinking we can work the dedication angle.
There you go.
On that
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Coach just set me on the bench, threw me a towel, and I had to fend for myself. But I was still proud to have broke my nose for the team on a Saturday morning practice, actually. But let's move along now.
Let's do. Well, Brent is here, and he's representing the Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club today.
Yep.
And we have a big event coming up tomorrow. The Booster Club started, I think, the fall sports kickoff, well, several years ago now. And then a few years ago, we started the winter sports tip-off, where we bring in the Broken Bow athletic sports teams for the winter sports season, talk with the coaches and with the players, and just kind of get everybody pumped up for the start of the winter sports season, which is this week, by the way, if you can believe that. But the event is tomorrow night, right?
Yeah,
Kincaid?
Out at Kincaid, 6:30, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
We do have like a taco nacho bar type thing going, kind of like similar to what we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's $8 for a plate, and go in there and fill yourself up and listen to what the kids have to say, and it's always really fun. You get to see all the characters, right? Like,
yes,
some of them don't want to say more than 3 words, and other of them are happy to tell you all sorts of fun stories.
Yes.
About
You never know what you're going to get.
Oh man,
and that's what makes that evening fun.
Yeah.
So
it's well, Dave knows, like, our kids are we're kind of right in the thick of it right now. Like, my oldest is a freshman, our youngest is in 5th grade. So I think probably almost every other day it seems like we have some event or something like that going on right now. Like yesterday we had to go. Reed had basketball and Cozad, and it just goes from one thing next.
Yeah, keeps everybody busy, doesn't it?
It's a lot of good enjoyment comes out of this. I truly enjoy watching all the kids progressing, getting better. How there's some aha moments, and it's fun.
Well, it'll be a fun time tomorrow, so we invite everybody to come out. Join us live. We're at Kincaid, start at 6:30. We'll be talking with the girls' basketball team and coaches. We'll be talking to the cheer squad, I believe, this year as well, so join us for that. Boys basketball will be featured, and, of course, wrestling will be featured as well. So it'll be a great night. Come on out and join us live. We'll also broadcast it, as we have in the past, on KBBN 95.3 FM, and we'll plan to go about, like, right at 6:30. So come on out and join us.
Yep. We're going to – last year it was really packed. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I remember last year.
So we're trying to be a little better prepared this year. I think we'll see still some pretty good numbers. At least we're anticipating that. So we should have kind of both sides all prepared this time, and we can really kind of get it all set up for make it just more enjoyable of an event for everybody.
Well, it really is a great atmosphere when you get everybody in there, and basically it turns into a sports talk show on the road, which is a lot of fun. So we'll invite you out to do that. Let's talk a little bit more just about things that the Broken Bow Athletic Booster Club does, Brent, because I know a lot of the things you guys do really are kind of behind the scenes a little bit. One of the things that everybody will recognize, if they haven't recognized already when they go into the Indian Gym, is this amazing, beautiful video scoreboard that was able to be purchased for the school, I believe, through the Booster Club and through some wonderful donations and fundraising that was done. But this video board just enhances the entire atmosphere of the gym. I know that the kids associated with the Broken Bow Sports Network have put together some neat intro videos and everything that have been played, even through the course of the fall sports season. But that's been a real great addition to the Indian Gym, and I know the Booster Club had a lot to do with that.
Yep. First, just we want to thank all of the donors, right? Man, we get lots of great support from the community. Lots of things that we try to help out with. I know, like the sod house thing, like we would think that like a bunch of wrestlers and other kids were helping out with that.
Right, yeah.
That was big. But I mean, we couldn't do it without all the donors, people to step up and willing to help kick that in, what they pass that bond, right? That'll make things kind of exciting for the next couple of years, getting everything done. But we wouldn't be here without all the donors to do all that stuff for us, like get us going for us. We just kind of, I think the way I think of it is we're just their hand, like we hear a lot of things from the donors, like, these are things that we'd like to see kind of done. And we work with the school too. And if there's some things that don't quite outside of their budget and what they can kind of do, then that's where we kind of pick up the slack. And it's all about the way I've kind of come to learn about everything, I guess, since I've been on the Booster Club is what can we do to help support all of our athletes or in these activities that we see all these kids kind of succeed at, and how do we keep on generating more enthusiasm or just excitement around that stuff. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you mentioned the bond, that will be an ongoing thing for a couple of years probably, but you got to believe there's going to be some unexpected and some planned needs there that you guys can be a part of probably.
Yeah. I think if we need to step up, I think we'll be able to help out hopefully when the time comes. We've done that's one thing. I've only been on there for 2 years, and it's amazed me how much support you can get for a lot of this stuff. Yeah. I was not expecting quite that type of turnout a lot of times for things. Like whether it's the tip-off, the fall sports kickoff. There's been a lot of award banquets from all the fall sports. We just kind of went through a lot of those here in the last week. And we do have, I need to make sure I give a shout out on this too. We didn't do that Indian Nation, that big tailgate banquet. We moved it this year.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yep, and that is February. Now I'm going to shoot myself, so I forgot. I think it's like February 24th or something like that. But that'll be February 24th, be that Saturday. But we'll still be out at Cobblestone. That'll still be a great time. We kind of moved it just so if we could, not that we were really lacking on numbers, but we wanted to see if we could just maybe make it even just more of an event. And I think from so far from what we've heard, we should have a pretty good turnout for that too. But
one thing that has always impressed me, since I moved to this area, and even when I was growing up in Loup City, I saw this too when I was in school. It's the way the high school sports programs come. They and the community are like really together. You know what I'm saying? That's always impressed me, and you see it in this area. All of our area communities have strong booster clubs. Obviously, Broken Bow has a strong one too. But you were talking about the wrestlers, I think, and some other kids that went out and helped with the sod house. And you see this. We see this all the time where sports teams are coming together and doing things for the community, because the community does so much for them. And that's always impressed me about this area, and I think it's a real tribute to the student athletes and to the community members, the way we all seem to come together.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. And I think they do it from pretty good. It's got to start with leadership, right? Like you see those coaches and the administration, they do a good job. I mean, really kind of getting those kids prepared. Like, hey, listen, like you're just not here to show up and just do the sports. Like you're going to be part of the community. You know, it's a whole team type thing, right? It kind of teaches them, I think, a lot of that.
Is there a project that the Booster Club is kind of working on at the moment that you want to discuss, or
not like a huge one, like a real big one at the moment?
Sure.
We're really kind of looking at prioritizing some of those. With the bond passing, that's going to kind of shift some things. I know one goal down the road is we have to plan to help out with. I'm not sure what capacity yet, but we do plan on seeing if we can get another big video board, but out for like the football field track area. So I think that'd be pretty exciting to have something like that out there too. That's been in conversation. We don't have anything in, on paper or anything yet.
Sure.
We've looked at ideas and how we could possibly pull that off, and how much that could help out any of the football or track type things. We have lots of other little small projects we always help out with. Good examples would be like we always get like a coach's wish list, things that just don't meet the budget, and we try to help out the coaches a lot of times with all that stuff, whether it be some practice equipment, dummies or whatever the case may be, just to help them out. So that's always interesting to see what kind of things come up with coaches wise and how it can help out.
Yeah. Well, let's recap the event tomorrow. We're going to have the winter sports tip-off. We'll be visiting with the Broken Bow winter sports teams, visiting with coaches and players. Starts at 6:30 at Kincaidor.
Correct.
And you guys are going to provide, like, tacos, right?
Yep.
That can be purchased.
Yep. We'll have a plate. You come in if you're wanting some food. Just see the girls right there at the front, and they'll give you a plate, and you can go fill up and have a good time, listen to the kids.
All right. Sounds good. And while you're here, I'll just mention, when you're at Kincaidor, please notice the beautiful televisions that are at Kincaidor, because I think they came from Lines Appliance, if I'm not mistaken.
There you go.
Can I say that?
I think so.
All
Might
right.
as well.
That's cool. Also,
I think we should give you that opportunity.
Brent, also we need to thank Brent for working with Lori Holman with her new oven.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, because she's been making us some baked goods, and we're looking forward to getting some of those items out of that oven here to the station again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. If there's like some hidden benefits to like lines or whatever, that's been one of them. We Colleen Hoff, she had an issue with the range too. She came in and brought this cookie. That thing had to be like 1.5 feet in diameter, but we polished it off pretty good.
I
So
bet
That's
you did.
nice.
yeah.
Well, it's going to be a busy season for you, Christmas season. I know sometimes they say, "Oh, you don't want to give a gift to somebody like a stove or a dishwasher or something like that." And I say, "Hey, baloney," because it makes life easier.
Oh, man.
And I think it's really appreciated. So I think it's a busy time of year for you. Plus all the other things you have, the bikes and all of the different things, and scoop shovels and grills and all of the things you have. So stop in and there's a good example. Brent's a booster at the school. He's a businessman here in town. And when we shop local, we help out ourselves, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Before I let you go, I did want to ask, Booster Club membership, how does that work? Can anybody look at becoming a booster, or?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, it is open to anybody.
All right.
And it's open. I mean, whatever you would like to, if you want to contribute to be a member, that's all it takes. Even if it's just $5, great. We greatly appreciate any of that, and we just catch any of the Booster Club members. I think we got a Facebook page and stuff like that. I think we still have everybody listed on there. I should probably check that too. But yeah, myself, Barry Fox, I can list everybody else off. Gosh, you can about go anywhere and somebody will tell you. There's about 11, 12 of us I think now. So quite a few.
You think it'd help at all if I joined the Booster Club for my quest to become a part of the Hall of Fame?
I don't think it could hurt.
Okay, all right.
I think it.
Oh, no. I can just see Dave becomes a member just so he can have a vote. That would be a sight.
We always need the Booster Club is always that is one requirement. We have so many members that are from Broken Bow as an alumni. So
okay, well I got that covered.
There's your inside track.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a time out.
Ho, ho, ho. Santa is coming to town. Dunning, that's the town. Saturday, December 2nd, Dunning Community Hall, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 20-plus vendors bringing gifts to fill your Christmas shopping list. Food, fun, and shopping. What a great day it will be. That's the Dunning Extravaganza, Saturday, December 2nd. See you there. Ho, ho, ho.
This is John Farley with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. And here we understand your land represents a lifetime of hard work and the decision to sell does not come lightly. I'd be happy to provide a free, no obligation opinion of value to assist in your estate planning. Inventory is very low at the moment, so now may be the best time to get the highest dollar for your lifetime of land stewardship and sweat equity. Whatever your goal is, I'm here to help. Call me, John Farley, or check us out at LashleyLand.com.
If you've been injured or recovering from surgery, your first priority is to treat your problem. At Team Physical Therapy, we will evaluate, treat, and educate you about your specific roadblocks. We offer many therapists to help. Stop by one of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney or call 872-5111. We have great resources online at myteampt.com or call 872-5111 Team Physical Therapy, together empowering able movement.
Delicious Mexican food has been served at Fiesta Brava for 10 years now. Time truly flies by when you're having fun, and Louise and the crew are looking forward to the years to come. Your friends at Fiesta Brava love serving the community and appreciate you for allowing them to bring their delicious Mexican dishes to your table. If you need a space to use for a holiday gathering, ask them about their party room. They can help cater your party too. 625 South 10th, Broken Bow, Fiesta Brava Mexican Restaurant celebrating 10 years.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. There is hope of extending a 4-day pause in fighting between Israel and Hamas. CBS's Robert Berger is in Jerusalem.
Hamas is due to release around 11 women and children, while Israel would free 33 Palestinian prisoners. But some disagreements have emerged and there could be a delay.
A suspect is scheduled to be arraigned at court in Vermont today in the shootings of 3 Palestinian college students in Burlington. One of them is Rich Price's nephew.
The last thing that we imagined could be possible was that in our family neighborhood, they would walk down the street and this would happen to them.
One of those students was seriously injured. Final goodbyes begin today for former First Lady Rosalind Carter. CBS's Peter King has details.
The motorcade will leave Plains, Georgia, and end at the Carter Center in Atlanta. Mrs. Carter will lie in repose there, and the public will be able to pay its respects. Mrs. Carter's funeral will be held Wednesday.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wyatt.
Sunday night football. The Ravens beat the Chargers 20-10 behind a couple of touchdowns from Zay Flowers. 1 in rushing, 1 through the air as Baltimore improves to 9-3 on the season. They hold the number 1 seed in the AFC playoff race. Chiefs fell behind 14-0 to the Raiders before scoring 21 unanswered en route to a 31-17 win. Kansas City a half game back of Baltimore in the AFC. Broncos make it 5 wins in a row, 29-12 against the Browns. The game of the day happened in Philadelphia, where the Eagles win it in overtime against the Bills, 37-34, as Gabe Davis, a go-ahead touchdown with 1:52 to go. Plenty of time, though, for Jalen Hurts to march the Eagles in a field goal range to force overtime. And in that extra extra period, Philadelphia answering a Buffalo field goal with a Jalen Hurts 12-yard touchdown run for the win. The Eagles firmly in command of the top spot in the NFC.
Here's a look at your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see lots of sunshine with high temperatures in the upper 30s. Winds out of the west and northwest at 10 to 15. Then for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 12. Improving to the mid-40s for highs on Tuesday with ample amounts of sunshine. And that moderating trend continues even into your Wednesday, mostly sunny with highs up closer to 50. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
If you're wanting to build a new home but aren't sure which way to go, well, the first direction you should go is to Ansley Lumber and Supply. If a house or a barn dominium interests you, they do estimates for post-frame buildings. Ansley Lumber is proud to offer reliable brands of shingles, composite decking, siding, railing, windows, lumber, trusses, and more. Because you want your home to be strong and beautiful. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley, for projects big and small.
Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow invites you to one of their upcoming flu shot clinics. It's as simple as walking through their doors just off the square in Broken Bow. The high dose for those ages 65 and older is available, as well as the regular dose. No appointment is necessary. The final flu shot clinic is Tuesday the 28th. Flu shot clinics at Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Lights are up, trees are decorated, and Burning Bank's holiday open house is coming up. Join us at our Broken Bow location Wednesday, December 13th, anytime from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And don't forget to enter our raffle. Everyone is welcome to enter. Also, visit our giving tree and pick an ornament with items listed for a family in need via Healing Hearts and Families. We are accepting donations now until December 18th. Burning Bank would like to express our sincere gratitude for your business and wish you a successful 2024. Burning Bank, member FDIC.
9:05, 28 and sunny here at Broken Bow, Nebraska. Good to have you along on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Woke up this morning, put on my slippers.
$1,000 for propane building heat systems. Take advantage of all the ways that propane is better for your bottom line. Start your application today at propane.com/farm incentive.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
10 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Brent and Dave with you here on the last half hour of our show today on this Monday. And, of course, we want to remind you, if you're just tuning in, that tonight is the night for the lighted parade through the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce. Things start around 4:30 this afternoon with s'mores and fire pits and Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus and reindeers and sleighs. And the parade will happen at 6. And following the parade, there'll be caroling. And Mayor Sorensen will light up the square with the carolers there around the bandstand, and there's hot chocolate and popcorn and chili, and do some shopping. Come on down and have a great afternoon and evening here in Broken Bow. And again, check with your community's events. I'm sure there's something going on in the very near future in your hometown as well. And it's great scenario here, as Brent mentioned earlier. The snow will make it just a little bit cooler, but it'll really be Christmas-like tonight. It will be a hallmark moment, as you mentioned last week, so it's going to be good. If you're celebrating a birthday, you are celebrating with a couple of people that might be of significance to you. I did not know that the Shack was divorced.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't have known that either.
He seems like a nice, friendly guy. So, I mean, that doesn't mean that he's not a nice, friendly guy. Nice, friendly guys get divorced, don't get me wrong. But we were talking about him actually yesterday. The guy does a gajillion commercials.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just kind of a warm, cuddly guy anymore. I'm sure there's, if you put him on a basketball court, that might go away. But Shawnee O'Neal, his wife, is 49 today. The ex-wife of the Shack appears and produces in the reality series Basketball Wives, which I've never seen or heard. But
I can't say I've watched an episode either.
Randy Breckner, 78, jazz trumpeter that started out with the classic band Blood, Sweat, and Tears, is 78 today. And Caroline Kennedy Slowsberg is 66. She is an attorney, diplomat, Princess of Camelot, and the daughter of President John F. Kennedy, celebrating her 66th birthday today. Yeah, and she was former ambassador to Japan, so very busy lady. Coming up later this week, Brent, on The Breakfast Show, we were talking about communities having activities. COZAD, they really get into Christmas, and they've invited us again down to COZAD to do some remote broadcasting there, and going from store to store. Remotes all during the show on this coming Friday. And I think they're going to do quite a few in a short period of time.
Yes.
Some of those will be Facebook Live, I think, some not. But, yeah, we keep getting more and more businesses added on every year. So that will be on Friday, featuring COZAD's Christmas activities, and they take it all the way through the season. So we'll want to pay attention to that. As you mentioned, tomorrow night is the Booster Club's Winter Tip-Off. We'll be broadcasting live here on KBBN right around 6:30, and hear the kids' interviews that you'll be doing. And there's a free throw contest at the Knights of Columbus activities, 10 a.m. to noon at the Broken Bow Activities Building, open to all area boys and girls 9 to 14 on Saturday.
Yeah.
You remember doing that when you were a kid?
Oh, yes. I entered all of them when I was of that age. And one year I did pretty well. I think I was just one step away from making it to like the big.
Oh, the trip.
The big one in Lincoln, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I made it through the first couple of rounds.
Punt, pass, and kick, did you take part in those?
No, I didn't take part in those. I wasn't really good in the punt, pass, and kick.
I learned a lesson for punt, pass, and kick.
Uh-huh.
Me and the neighbor boy were practicing for it.
Yeah.
And we was up in his yard, and they had lilac bushes around the yard, and it seemed like a big yard. And we were kicking it, and my neighbor thought, man, Dave, you have a really good chance. You're really kicking it a long ways.
Uh-huh.
And so we went, both of us, to the football field at the high school with confidence.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, when you kicked it, it didn't seem like it went very far when you went from the little field you practiced on to the actual
to the
football
big field.
But that would be something I could add.
I was just going to say, I was going to ask you if you wanted me to add that to your application for the Broken Bow Athletic Hall of Fame.
Participated in punt, pass, and kick as a youth.
Just participated. It's not you didn't get like second or third, or you didn't win your age division. You just participated?
Those were harder times back then, Brent.
Okay.
Back in those days, they didn't give you a participation gift.
No.
You had to place to go on to the next one, and if you didn't, you were done.
Yes, right.
There was no consolation prize there.
But you participated.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I'll mark that down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I participated, so put that down.
Well, I tell you what, your application is just it's building as the show has went on.
Here's another one.
Oh, another one.
I've participated in 2 donkey ball basketball games.
Oh.
As an adult, and I also participated in 1 donkey ball softball game.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I've seen the donkey ball basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Softball I haven't seen. How does that work?
Well, you sit on a donkey in the positions, and I don't remember all the details.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had to lean.
So if you get a hit, you have to, I assume, hop on the donkey and try to get the donkey to go to first base.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I excelled at it.
God, I'm sure. Now, were you on, say, the winning team? Did you have like the winning shot in donkey basketball or something like that? Or you just participated?
Somewhere there's a picture of me doing a hook shot on the back of a donkey.
Did it go in?
Well, I believe I scored in that game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Would you write that down?
Yeah, absolutely, because that's not easy to do. I've played donkey basketball on a couple of occasions, and scoring is not easy.
Scored on a hook shot off of a donkey.
Wow.
I think Mike Garner would be very impressed with that.
I'm guessing yes.
Okay, we'll keep thinking on it.
Oh, Grandpa wore his suit and dinner nearly every day. No particular reason.
9:20. This just into our newsroom.
Breaking news.
Webster unveils word of the year. I assume we're talking dictionary here. Merriam-Webster. The word, I should say, of the year, they've chosen in 2023 the word of the year as authentic.
Okay.
They say the word has seen an increase in searches from people looking to define things like authentic cuisine and speaking authentically.
Oh.
So that word is being searched more because they want authentic information.
Okay.
That should tell us
so
something.
That's the word of the year.
Yes.
Authentic.
Yes, that should tell us something. We're looking for the truth, not falsities.
Yeah. Keep that in mind when you build your resume.
Right on, I will.
We want it to be authentic.
So
Dave.
far, everything I've told you.
We want it to be authentic.
Everything I've told you so far is fact. I just think it's impressive enough that facts will do the job.
Yes.
Did you happen to catch 60 Minutes last night following the...
I did not. No. Nope.
I didn't know this, but you folks who watched it do, and maybe you knew it before, but there's actually the smallest country in the world is just off of England in the ocean. It's called Sealand.
Ah.
Now, you'll kind of like this story, Brent, because do you remember watching the movie about pirate radio when they the English government didn't like rock and roll very well, and so they would only allow radio stations in England to play 1 hour of pop or rock music a day.
Oh, really?
Back in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were people who put together radio stations out on ships, small ships or boats, and had radio stations, and that was the original pirate radio, where they would be able to, they had a tower on the ship or boat, and they would broadcast and move around so that the authorities couldn't, trace them down back then. And I didn't know this, but according to the 60 Minute piece, the world's smallest country is the monarchy of Sealand, which sits 7 miles off the coast of England. And it will sell you titles such as Lord and Lady titles. That cost you about $25 to be Lord of Sealand.
Oh.
They also have dukedom. That'll run you about $600. So
Wow.
you'll be the Duke of Sealand. However, the titles do not come with land rights because it's a nautical fort from World War II, which only has one full-time resident who lives there.
Wow.
Roy Bates declared Sealand's independence back in 1967 on his wife's birthday so he could operate a full-time pirate radio station at the time. And they've continued this little country, which is like two big cement pieces, and then it's just a flat piece on there that was built. They actually had artillery on it back in World War II to protect England. And so there would be like 100, I think they said there was up to 100 servicemen on a platform like this. And then after the war, of course, they were just sitting there in the ocean, and these folks got a hold of it and purchased it, and now it's its own country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. It was a good piece on 60 Minutes last night, but it looked kind of damp, and the reporter said, I won't tell you it was the best sleep I ever got in a bed. Looked kind of uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a moneymaker for them. They've had people investing money in it, and they've tried to make it into. They ran gambling out of it, and a lot of different things like that. Because of their own country, they could make their own rules.
Yeah.
When the internet came along, then they probably are making quite a bit of money in that little country out on the sea. That's all I got, man. Right now, I can't think of anything else to, maybe move forward to Mr. Garner or Mr. Seibert. But I'll think of some things maybe that I accomplished as an athlete in school. But if not, I think that's enough information to get me in.
Okay, well, we'll work on that, and we'll see what happens. You never know until you submit the application. So I guess that's just what we've got to do. Put the application together, then send it in.
I like the way you think.
When I woke up this morning.